and share the lesson. Let's do that. Okay. Can't find my live stream. Can't find my live stream. Boy, boy, boy. Now it pops up and I can't click on it. All right. Okay, let's go. Hey, Shalom, beloved. Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shabbarakatam, Ba'Hashem Gerkakadash. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, let's get it. Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Kol Halayim Yahweh. Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Ba'Hashem Gerkakadash. All praises be to the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of His Son and our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, to the 144,000, double honor and respect to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Coming back at you with another lesson. Repetition is the father of skill. Repetition is the father of skill. So there's a couple of things I want to go into real quick. I was on Elder Apostle Tahar's live premiere today, and there was an individual came on there saying he just found out there is no hell. Hell are conditions that take place on earth. Predicaments of austerity, being brought low or brought down to the proverbial grave, or austere conditions, death even. The suffering is a part of that. Being brought low. And then he came on there, I don't think he was scoffing, but he said, I heard that hell don't exist. Or the Bible says, search the scriptures. So it's searching the scriptures to validate or gain understanding. Not just hanging around, but searching the scriptures daily. So I want to go ahead and jump into this. I lost my train of thought, but if I didn't say it, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor and respect to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. So I want to go into a couple of things here. But yeah, I heard hell don't exist. We got to study and not just be hanging around. The Lord is going to reveal a lot of bullshitters in these last days. I heard. Anyway, yeah, brother, the hopeful elect 144, 2 Timothy 2 and 5. Hey, the Lord is looking for men, not boys with their mama's titty in their mouth. Just constantly sucking milk, but not growing. There's no stages of growth and development. Unbelievable. 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So to divide the word of truth, that is searching the scriptures and looking at the precepts, looking at history, looking at prophecy eventually. But it takes time to develop or obtain a prophetic eye or vision. Let's go here. Repetition is the father of skill. So the Israelites would be called heathen, Gentiles. And during the time of the Greek captivity, Hellenized. And this is why they removed the Apocrypha, hidden books. Because the Apocrypha helps to give more ammunition as to who the wicked is. And the fact that the Israelites were called heathen, Gentile. They were Hellenized after the manner of the Greek fashions. Let's take that a step further. Romans and Greeks, or the Greek people, are the same people, Edomites. So the Romans absorbed the Greek fashion underneath their umbrella of their empire. They're both Edomites. So these nations would be reincarnated and would be ruling in the last days. America, the European Union, and NATO. So it's important to know that. Let's go here. Psalms 69, verse 7. Because for thy sake I have borne reproach, shame have covered my face. Because of our iniquities, we were put to shame among the heathen. When you go into Daniel chapter 9, confusion of face, that word confusion breaks down into shame. There's a lot of niggas that are hiding out on the sideline. They're just borderline, casual Israelites, real casual. They're not really fully invested, just niggas hanging out on the corner, so to speak, with a 40 ounce of Schlitz malt liquor bull, just hanging around. But they're not really going into anything or looking up words. Psalm 69 and 7. Because for thy sake I have borne reproach, shame have covered my face. See, I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. Why would King David, the head of Israel, be a stranger to his people, his brethren? I thought he ruled over Israel. So clearly, this is showing a future prophecy. Okay, and this beautifully connects to Deuteronomy 28 and 36. If you know where I'm going with this. See, the king of Israel came over to the Americas as well, with ships. Let's read that. Could somebody please put the definition of stranger in Psalm 69 and 8, please? What is the definition of stranger? Psalm 69 and 8. Psalm 69 and 8. I am become a stranger unto my brethren and an alien unto my mother's children. See, how in the world is King David a stranger? So if we don't understand reincarnation, if we don't understand that the same spirits that oppressed us, the Greeks, the Romans, would come back and be ruling over us, then we're not going to understand the Bible. If King David be the Lord's son, let's go ahead and get that one. I love that scripture. I think it's Matthew 22. Because if I try to quote it, I'll butcher it. Matthew 22 and 41. While the Pharisees were gathered together, Yahushua asked them, saying, What think ye of Hamashiach? Whose son is he? They say unto him, the son of David. He saith unto them, How then doth David in spirit call him Lord, saying, The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou on my right hand till I make thine enemies thy footstool. See? So even David would be ruled underneath the Edomites, the enemies. But Yahushua would be raised up unto the house of David and deliver the house of David. If David then call him Lord, how is he his son? See? Reincarnation. Because King Solomon is King Yahushua. What is the definition of stranger? In Psalms 69 and 8. Stranger, the feeling of being estranged. Is that from the Hebrew Strongs? Let's get that. And what does it say in the Strongs? Yeah, there it is, right there. Yeah, we need the full Strong's definition. Shalom, brother. Aziyah Allah, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Barakatah, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Okay, right here. To turn aside, to be a foreigner. So you telling me King David is a foreigner and he's ruling over the nation of Israel? He would be reincarnated and thinking that he's a heathen or Gentile, stranger, estranged from the commonwealth. Stranger, turn aside, hence to be a foreigner, strange, profane. See, as the heathen, amongst the heathen, commit adultery. See, a sinner and waiting to be revived to the glorious gospel, brought back from the dry bones, which is America, to become estranged, beautiful, alienated. At the water do of thy youth. See? And Brother Hopeful Elect 144. To be rejected by one's own people, even those closest to him. So without understanding reincarnation, we might as well not even pick up the Bible. We're just going to be mentally sodomized, totally confused. I mean, you saw that video Elder Manata Zakba did. This man comes on there talking about, I don't want to call myself a Hebrew Israelite. It's like, if I'm a cow, why I'd rather call myself a burger. Because I can be a porterhouse steak or a tomahawk steak. So why would I need to call myself a Hebrew Israelite? So what he's trying to do is, he's trying to say salvation is to all of Abraham. That's what he's trying to do. If you're paying close attention to him or listening carefully, he's trying to teach a universal doctrine based on Abraham only, excluding the 12 tribes of Israel, Jacob. I'd rather call myself just a burger, because we all come from Abraham, basically what he's saying. Like a steak, porterhouse, a tomahawk. So we're all beef, essentially. So what he's trying to say is, salvation is to all of the descendants of Abraham. That's what he's trying to do. But I can see a nigger from miles away. He's being a nigger, but craftily. Let's keep going. Tired of playing nice guy, by the way. Let's go back to Psalms 69 and 8. A dragon can see a dragon. Okay? And the Holy Spirit creates dragons, which is an ancient spirit. Psalm 69 and 8. I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. So we already beat a dead horse. No need to keep beating a dead horse. I think the point been made. So we know this is, I'm going to show you something here. This is talking about the daughter of Babylon, primarily. But there's other areas of the dispersed too. But I'm thinking of Deuteronomy 28 and 36 right now. I think that's right. Let's see. Well, this is primarily talking about the daughter of Babylon. Yeah, that's right. See, let's go ahead and read that. Deuteronomy, I'm going to show something. Deuteronomy 28 and 36. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee. See? Let's read it again. Deuteronomy 28 and 36. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. See? And thy king, which goes back to why King David in the spirit was saying, I am a stranger, estranged from the commonwealth of Israel, essentially. As the heathen, I will bring thee and thy king. I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. Now, let's go to Psalms 144. But I see a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of part-time lovers hanging around. Part-time lovers. Let's go to Psalms 144. Psalms 144, verse 10. It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, who delivereth David his servant from the hurtful sword. See? It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, who delivereth David his servant from the hurtful sword. Let's go here. This is America. Watch this. Psalms 144 and 11. Somebody post Psalms 137. The 7 on down. Please. Psalms 137, 7 on down. Psalms 144 and 11. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children. So I'm thinking of Ezekiel 7 and 21, which goes back to Babylon. So now we're in the daughter of Babylon, which is also spiritual Egypt. Somebody ain't with me right now. Also spiritual Egypt now, which goes back to Ezekiel 30 and 12. And Babylon, that's America, of Ezekiel 7 and 21. If you ain't with me, to hell with it. Okay, I'm talking about the spirit of the book, not me personally, but the spirit of the book. See, let's read this again. Psalms 144 and 11. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. Magic, witchcraft, the Chaldeans, connects beautifully with Isaiah 47. The Chaldeans, which is the daughter of Babylon, America. Babylon is back again. Ezekiel 7 and 21. And spiritual Sodom in Egypt. Ezekiel 30 and 12. Now let's get what brings all this together. So King David is not smoking crack cocaine when he's talking about a future kingdom of strange children. Yeah, let's get this one. The hopeful elect, 144, Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. Wait a minute. King David conquered the Edomites. He conquered the Edomites. So he's talking about a return. Empire strikes back of the thrones of David. The empire strikes back. See? This is America, the daughter of Babylon right here. So we got to see how this fits together. Psalms 137, verse 7, Brother Azariah Allah. Idaho. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom and the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. 586 BC, where the Babylonians took down Jerusalem and the Edomites helped them. But you can't think this is happening while King David was ruling, because he subdued them. So he's a prophet given an eagle's eye, a dragon's eye, vision, oracles. Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon. Say what? O daughter of Babylon. That's America. So I'm thinking of Ezekiel 7 and 21, which is Babylon back in its spiritual presence of rulership, and Ezekiel 30 and 12, spiritual Sodom in Egypt. If you can't get it, hey, there's the door. There's the door. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. So the talents or the stones is going to crash down on America. And some of this is literal, dashing their baby's head against the stone. You a little caveman? Bye, nigga. Bye. Just like a watermelon. Okay? If you don't like it, there's the door. There's the door. Israelites like to try to just be buddy-buddy with everybody. You know? This marshmallow in the microwave type nigga. A microwave marshmallow nigga. That's a lot of our men. Let's just come together and hang out. Okay? So this is talking about a future kingdom. America. Let's keep going. Psalm 69 and 9. For the zeal, hey, zeal can make you have enemies. Okay, on the left hand and on the right hand. Starting with Israelites having zeal for the truth. See? That's why Jeremiah said, every brother will supplant. Okay? Unhappy, crushed baby nut niggas. Let's read that again. Psalm 69 and 9. For the zeal of thine house have eaten me up, and the reproaches of them that reproach thee are falling upon me. Those that hated Yahushua, hey, they hate the anointed too. They hate the Lord's anointed. So affliction, anguish, anxiety, depression. See? Let's go to Acts 9 and 26. And what is that? Eating me up. I'm consumed by my fervent desire and love and passion for the doctrine. Consumed. And then I'm being afflicted by those that are not right. You see? Let's read it again. Psalms 69 and 9. For the zeal of thine house have eaten me up, and the reproach of them that reproach thee are fallen upon me. Even Yahushua was consumed by the zeal. Like when he saw those money changers trying to make money off the Lord's, in the Lord's house. You know, they're not sincere. So this is talking about, but I was getting that this is a future projection. Is why I read Psalm 69, 7 through 9. Let's go to Acts 9 and 26. And when Saul was come to Jerusalem, he essayed to join himself to the disciples. But they were all afraid of him, and believed not that he was a disciple. That's because Saul was killing Israelites. Let's keep going. So he was not one of the 12. And he spake boldly in the name of the Lord Yahushua, and disputed against the Grecians. But they went about to slay him. What are these Grecians? And this is why they removed the Apocrypha. So when you go into the word Grecian, Hellenistes, which is derived from Strong's G 1672, Hellenist, or a Greek-speaking Jew. So these are Israelites that were called heathen, Gentiles, because they were Hellenized after the fashion and manner of the Greeks. So these Greco-Romans are back today, ruling in Europe and America. See, let's read this, then we'll go back to the comment board. When you read 2nd Ezra, these are they that have gone through great tribulation. It goes back to ancient Babylon, several regenerations of life later, and then it takes us to Revelation 7, starting at 9 on down. Great tribulation, not a nigga that just went through 5 years of hard work at the damn manufacturing processing plant. That's a low level of thinking. There's a lot of bug outs that are picking up the Bible. So it's going to culminate and escalate and then culminate into Daniel 12 and 1. So it's going to get worse or exacerbated by more peril, technology being thrown in there, robotic dogs and aerial drones with missiles loaded on them. So technology and the microchip. So it's going to escalate and then end or culminate in that great tribulation of Daniel 12 and 1. So it's going to get worse through gradualism. But that great tribulation is several regenerations of the Israelites coming back. The same people. That's why King David through the Spirit said, "O daughter of Babylon." So he had to specify that this is a future regenerative congregation of the Lord's people, the children of Israel. If I'm confusing, let me know. Now let's go to 2nd Ezra 2. 2nd Ezra 2 and 33. Ezra. Ezra is important too. Okay? Leading out of Babylon. See? So we got to pay attention. Ezra is back. He says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? So I thought this was ancient Babylon. And then transitioning under the Medo-Persian, making that transition. But these people would be regenerated and come back. Second Ezra 2 and 33. I, Ezra, received a charge of the Lord upon Mount Oreb, that I should go unto Israel, but when I came unto them, they set me at naught and despised the commandment of the Lord. And therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen. See? If somebody can help me out, it's in, I think it's Ezekiel 12. That we would be as the heathen. I think it's not Ezekiel 12, Ezekiel 20. How many know where I'm going? Ezekiel, maybe 20 and 32. Yeah, if somebody can post that, please, I'll go ahead and read it. Ezekiel 20 and 32. And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all, that ye say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries, to serve wood and stone. That's why I read Deuteronomy 28 and 36. So these are the same people that will come back through the generations and be reestablished under the daughter in Babylon, America. Hey, you can't make this up. Let's go back to Helleniste from Acts 9 and 29. And he spake boldly in the name of the Lord Yahushua and disputed against the Grecians. But they went about to slay him. So he's speaking to those that knew who they were. But they were Hellenized during the Greek captivity and still being rebellious. From Strong's G 1672. Hellenists or Greek speaking Jew, Grecians. Let's go back to 2 Ezra 2 and 33. I, Ezra, received a charge of the Lord upon the Mount Horeb that I should go unto Israel, but when I came unto them, they set me at naught and despised the commandment of the Lord. So becoming as the heathen and rebellious and worshiping other gods and idols. And therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen, that ye hear and understand, look for your shepherd, and he shall give you everlasting rest, for he is nigh at hand, that shall come in the end of the world. So approximately 400 years after Ezra prophesied, Yahushua walked the earth. But we can also fast forward that he's coming back a second time in the last days. See that? But at the time of Ezra, there's about a 400-year window from the time Ezra prophesied that Yahushua was born onto the earth. But the key takeaway here, he's speaking to Israelites, calling them heathen. That's the key takeaway. 2 Ezra 2 and 35. Be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. Showing that Ezra is also talking about a second return. The everlasting light, eternity. See? Yes, he talked about 400 years prior to the chief shepherd coming, Yahushua. But he's also going into the future as well. The second time Yahushua returns. Let's check the comment board. That's why he said, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, in the midst of nuclear fire? That's what he was talking about in 2 Ezra 16, right in the midst of nuclear fire. That's why the scriptures say that the elect shall barely be saved. And the Lord is going to reveal a lot of you niggas that are just hanging around, but not sincere. And a lot of them watch the videos, but they never comment, they don't share the videos or comment. They're just hanging out, on the periphery, the sideline, borderline casual Israelites. And let's read this, Brother Tazadakta Ban Yehuda. Ezekiel 36 and 18. Wherefore I poured my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land, and for their idols wherewith they had polluted it. See, wood and stone. So the Israelites became like our enemies. That's why the Lord said, since thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness of heart, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies. Ezekiel 36 and 19. Brother GMS Tazadakta. And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries according to their way, and according to their doings I judged them. And when they entered unto the heathen, whither they went, they profaned my holy name, when they said to them, these are the people of the Lord, and are gone forth out of his land. See? So we are counted as the Gentiles, the heathens, strangers to the commonwealth of Israel. So we were unrecognizable to the Lord, wearing togas and, dyeing our hair green and bright luminescent green, glowing in the dark looking niggas. You know, okay? Men shaving their heads bald and not circumcising themselves, shaving off their beards. And you had men wearing women's clothing. You see, neither Jew nor Greek, neither man nor woman, something like that, I'm paraphrasing. You see, so they were cross-dressing like the Greeks did. So we were unrecognizable to our Father. You even had men growing hair all the way down their back. That's really a love handle. So I don't know why a man would want a love handle growing all the way down his back. So we were bugged out of our damn mind. We're lucky the Lord didn't kill us all, but he showed us mercy. So we were as the heathen. We were sleeping with our father's wives and our brother's wives. And look at 1 Corinthians. See, the church of Corinth had a lot of issues that Paul had to go and demangle. The D-F-U-C-K. The D-F that place. Ezekiel 36 and 19. And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries according to their way, and according to their doings I judged them. And when they entered unto the heathen, whither they went, they profaned my holy name. When they said to them, these are the people of the Lord, and are gone forth out of his land. See, so we were sent to the lands of our adversaries to serve them and their gods, and unrecognizable. We lost sovereignty. So we lost our identity as a sovereign nation of Israel. Brother Isaiah Allah, Job 19 and 25. For I know, Job 19 and 25, for I know that my Redeemer liveth, that my voice is drying. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter days upon the earth. Yahushua. Ezra talked about him. See that? Reincarnation. Hey, Job is back. We're going to read it. Job 19 and 26. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God. So Job is going to see the salvation and deliverance of the elect of Israel. He's back teaching diligently. We're reading about reincarnation. Whom I shall see for myself. No, a fake cloned double. See, this is Job coming back in the flesh. This is not a fake double or test tube baby. Come on now. Job 19 and 27. Whom I shall see for myself, and mine eye shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me. See? So when you read Judges 5 and 11, the lands of our captivities, primarily the daughter of Babylon, but then there's going to be other major targets hit where we're scattered. That the Lord is going to have to deliver his elect from the four corners of the earth because of this nuclear missile exchange, Third World War, Armageddon. That's why, let's go ahead and read it. Judges 5 and 11. They that are delivered from the noise. Hey, we need it. We need it. Psalms 91. The noisome pestilence is nuclear missiles. That's not talking about the smallpox, ass wipes. It's talking about the nuclear devastation, which is primarily America. There's a lot of bug outs just coming up with stuff that doesn't tie in to this harmonious sound or this doctrine. Let's read this again. Judges 5 and 11. That they are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. The lands are our captivities, but the major destruction and deliverance is America. But there's also other areas where the Lord is going to deliver his elect. Let's close out here. Aziyah Allah, Psalms 91:3. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. So the major plague is fire. That's the major plague. But of course there's going to be some subsequent sickness leading up to that major event. It's a building block. But the major catastrophic culminating event are the nuclear missiles. The last plague at the last Trump. There's no accident Donald Trump is president. The last Trump. They even made a book they published around 1895 talking about the last American president. So nothing is by accident or coincidence. The last Trump. Hey, this morning I had a vision. I was in a large room and I thought I was on an airplane. But one of the brothers on that aircraft said, hey brother, let me show you something. He showed me a large room. It was big enough to hold 30,000 people. So I knew I was not in a damn regular airplane. It was like a city, like a small city, well, large city, excuse me. Because he showed me a couple of large rooms. That's when I knew I was not on a regular aircraft. Hey, we almost out of here. And the caveman is going down. He's going to be a slave. Not by broke-back men with baby nuts. But straight, austere men that are not playing and tired of the games. That's the type of men going to be ruling over you Edomites and you other nations. It was beautiful. Had the vision just this morning. He said, come here, brother, let me show you something. And it was big enough to hold 30,000 people. That was just one of the rooms. But it was a large aerial craft with windows on it, by the way. Because one of the windows, I found a little passageway and I was able to open that window. Wow. Let's close out. So those Gentiles and heathen are Israelites. 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. What is the Greek word church? Somebody please put that on there. Ecclesios, which means church, called out. Only the elect are called and chosen. But there's a lot of numbnuts that are just being called out, but they're not sincere. They got 1 foot in the world and 1 foot in the doctrine. They're really not sincere. Part-time lover, Jakes. My part-time lover, that's you. That's you. Let's get that biblical shot. So the Lord is looking for wholeheartedness to serve the Lord thy God with all our mind, body, and soul, with all our heart. Not a part-time lover, Steve Wonder looking nigga that just, half-ass or not sincere. Okay? Let's go. Let's read that. Yeah, church, the Greek word for church. Ecclesia, from compound G1537, a derivative of G2564, a calling out, a popular meeting. Hey, I saw a large room in that aerial craft this morning before I woke up. First I thought I was on Delta Airlines, but the Lord put a spear on that brother and say, hey, come here, let me show you something. Wow. Especially a religious congregation, a popular meeting. See? Wow, that's the church. not some building that somebody constructed. Okay, it's not talking about a physical building, but a spiritual house, not made with hands. Which the constructing of that house starts with the name. There is no altar or no house of the Lord without his name that starts or opens that sanctuary. 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. What does this connect back to? Exodus chapter 19, where Moses is speaking to the congregation of Israel. So you can't make this a universal doctrine. One size fits all. You can't do it. You can't do it. 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, the light of the glorious doctrine of Yahushua, Now watch this. It's going to go into why we were heathen, Gentile. Remember Lamentation 4. We were under the shadow of the heathen. 1 Peter 2:10, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. So now we're putting on our skin and coming under the house of the Lord, his tabernacle, putting on the garments of praise, the robes of Yahushua. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts which war against the soul, like not eating anything strangled or sacrificed or strangled blood. You see, or sacrifice unto devils. And not eating and drinking blood. Just gross abominations. So we do the best we can to keep the laws, although where we fall short, that's where the grace and mercy through the blood of the Lamb covers us. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts which war against the soul, craving another man's wife, okay, eating things of blood and strangled by blood, with blood, having your conversation honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify God in the day of visitation. So the elect are moving with faith that are backed up by diligence. The characteristics of the elect is a reflection of Yahushua, his works, and his glorious name. So he's not going to pollute his holy name. So the elect are going to be moving in meekness, not just certifying ourselves as elect, I made it, but moving to try to make our calling and election sure by just giving it everything we got. When we're tired, when we don't feel good, but still standing up boldly in the face of those that have afflicted us and pushing this doctrine. Because there's a lot of bug outs picking up, like that bug out Elder Monoctazop out of GMS, South Carolina, did a video on. He said, I'm not going to call myself a cow, but just a burger. We all come from a cow. And from a cow, we can get the tomahawk steak or porterhouse steak. He's trying to craftily sneak in. We all come from Abraham. Really, he's had 8 sons. So there's really 8 nations that came out of Abraham. But he's trying to push this basically Christianity. You see, we all are of Abraham. That's what he's trying to do. From a cow, I can get a porterhouse or a tomahawk. Shut up, nigga. The Bible says Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is where the promises go through. And of Jacob, the elect. Hopefully this lesson has been edifying. And try to make this as clear as I could through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. See you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharala and Abide the Bow. The Lord is getting ready to reveal a lot of half-ass part-time lovers, okay, that are just playing. See you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharala and Abide the Bow. We got next, Lord willing. Barakatham. Shalom. Shalom.